Hello, my name is Nupur Mehta and today my topic is tennis elbow. So here we begin. Which are the other names of an tennis elbow? It is lateral epicondylitis or lateral tendinopathy. Coming on to the introduction, we all know that it is very common musculoskeletal or sports injury. It is defined as the syndrome of the pain in the area of lateral epicondyle, which may be degenerative rather than inflammatory. It is considered one of the painful condition. And where does the pain happens? The pain happens at the common extensor muscle origin, that is at the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. The dominant arm is more affected than the non-dominant arm, and the main muscles which are affected in tennis elbow are extensor carpi radialis brevis and extensor digitorum communis. Causes are number one, playing racket sports, throwing sports, manual work like a plumber, then using paintbrush for long hours on regular basis, then fine or repetitive hand and wrist movements. It can also happen in athletes who play tennis, squash, badminton, and the people who have occupation related activities such as sewing, bricklaying, etc. And it can also happen because of local trauma at the lateral epicondyle. What are the risk factors? As usual, females are more affected than males. Past history of smoking. We all know that smoking leads to various musculoskeletal disorders, and this is one of it. And occupational overuse of the elbow, as we just saw in the causes, and incorrect technique, that is improper bar mechanics while playing. So here is the example of improper bar mechanics. You can see in the left hand side first picture, the patient is using, means the athlete is using the wrist extensor muscles only while playing the backhand stroke. And on the right side, the correct technique is shown, where the athlete is using the entire upper limb to play the backhand stroke. So likewise, if there is abnormal biomechanics, then also this problem of tennis elbow can happen. What are the clinical features? Pain over the lateral epicondyle, tenderness at the lateral epicondyle, swelling in the acute stages, and difficulty in doing the ADL activities or difficulty while playing. Then examination includes, we should check the range of motion of the elbow, forearm and wrist, accessory motion of the radiohumeral, radioulnar and the humero-ulnar joints needs to be checked for ruling out the stiffness. Then muscle strength of the wrist extensors especially needs to be checked. And resisted extension of the wrist and middle finger needs to be checked to rule out the tennis elbow problem. And special tests which are to be done are Mills test and Cosen's test. Differential diagnosis for tennis elbow includes arthritis of the elbow, that is osteoarthritis, then posterior interosseous nerve syndrome, radial tunnel syndrome, referred pain from the cervical region or cervical radiculopathy, the non-specific arm pain, and posterior lateral rotatory instability at the elbow. Medical management will include anti-inflammatory medications, analgesics, and corticosteroid injections in the chronic cases. What are the goals of the physiotherapist? There are two goals. One is short term and one is long term. For short term, obviously there will be pain relief as the main goal, and for long term, the aim of the physiotherapist is to improve the function of the patient and enhance the quality of life of that particular patient. PT management includes, for pain, a cold pack can be given thrice a day, ultrasound can be given, here even laser can be given for pain management. Next, for wrist strengthening, that is wrist extensor strengthening, this wrist extension movement is done with the help of dumbbell. Then tennis elbow brace is given to the patient, especially while doing the activity or while playing. You can see the picture of the tennis elbow brace. Kinesio taping can be done over the lateral epicondyle. Mobilization such as MWM, which is known as mobilization with movement, lateral glide can be applied on the patient for relieving the pain of tennis elbow. Then even MFR, as per the studies, if biceps brachii, latissimus dorsi and pectoralis major muscles has some amount of tender point, then it will affect the posture of the patient on that particular side, that is the involved side. So if the tender points of the biceps brachii, pectoralis major and latissimus dorsi are relieved, then there is tremendous improvement in the function and there is relief of the pain of the tennis elbow patients. So this also can be applied. along with the mobilization. The scales which we can use are obviously SF-36 for quality of life, then upper limb functional index, then patient specific functional scale, and patient related tennis elbow disability questionnaire. Thank you.